Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Lucario, the big homie. Know what I mean? Peace to everybody in the chat, man. Thanks for hanging out. You know what I mean? Unique 79, Joe Blast, always a pleasure. Thank you guys. Certified Tyrone. Let me see. Monogamous player. What up? What up with it? All right. Shazan Hanma. Raul De La Rosa, James Brown, all right, Jay Lethal, Bad Boy Rick, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, you know what? I probably should do a little, let me see. Probably should do a little bit of promotion. So as you guys come in, make sure you like the video, and I'm gonna just play the soft trailer real quick for y'all.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're going to have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.
That's the documentary, guys. I'm trying to keep my shit together, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. Got those. Yep. All right. All right. So check it out, man. I saw this video this morning, and I just the guy made a lot of great points when it came to how to think about confidence. And I know, we've had sort of a debate with the whole confidence thing, kind of like how guys have a debate with the whole, looks don't matter, looks do matter, money matters, women only want money, all this different shit, right? So I just wanted to do this. I'm not taking any calls. I'm just trying to break down what this guy's talking about in this TED talk. He talks about confidence, and I'm gonna break down the game of it and relate it to the whole dating scene and dealing with women and things like that. All right. So here we go. Let me get this started for you. All right, they just had applause. Now I want everybody in the chat to put a 1 just to make sure y'all can hear it. Put a 1 to make sure y'all can hear that y'all at least heard the applause just now. Please. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard the applause just now from the stream. All right, cool. All right, so let's go. Appreciate y'all for putting the 1 in the chat, but let's go.
In my past life as a soccer coach, once you win a national championship, everybody wants to come play for you. Really not true. Once you pay them $25,000 a year in scholarships, everybody wants to come play for you. And parents would always come to me and they we're done for. I use the definition.
Oh shit! You know what? I think I messed something up. All right, hold on, guys. I thought that by muting myself, I was making the sound better. But actually, when I mute myself, I also mute my computer so you couldn't hear the playback. Let me just bring that back and we go again. Please forgive me. This is the first time I'm doing this share screen response video type shit. So please forgive me. But here it is. We're gonna go now. And I appreciate you guys in the chat that put that you weren't hearing any sound. I appreciate you guys. All right, let's go.
My daughter wants to come play at your university. $1 a year. Everybody wants to come play for coach. Once you win a national championship.
He says he's a soccer coach, and once you win a national championship, everybody wants to come play for you. But here we go.
Everybody wants to come play for you. Really not true. Once you pay them $25,000 a year in scholarships, everybody wants to come play for you. And parents would always come to me and they'd say, okay, my son or my daughter wants to come play at your university. What is it that we have to do? What are you looking for? And being the Socratic professor that I am, well, what does your son or daughter do? What do they do really well that we'd be interested in? And typically their answers are, well, they've got great vision. They're really good. They can see the entire field. Or my daughter is the fastest player. There's nobody that can beat her. Or my son's got a great left foot, or really, really great in the air and can head every ball. I'm like, yeah, not bad. But to be quite honest with you, those are the last things I'm looking for. The most important thing, self-confidence. Without that skill, and I use the word skill intentionally, without that skill, we are useless as a soccer player. Because when you lose sight or belief in yourself, we're done for.
All right, I just want you guys to notice where he's going, right? Notice where he's going. He's saying that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how strong you are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about your jawline, your height, your strength. You understand? According to him, and there's another reason why I'm doing this, because a lot of times listening to us, like, we're just guys on YouTube, right? You might not really care what we're saying. You might not really believe what we're saying. So this is why I'm doing this. I want you to hear it from another person's mouth, and I want you to hear the similarities. And I swear to you, today is the first time I'm seeing this video, but I want you to hear the similarities in what we've been saying and what this man is saying right now. He's a national nationally collegiate soccer coach, right? And this is his testament when it comes to self-confidence. But he's saying that it doesn't matter what's going on. As a soccer player, the most important thing I'm looking for in any one of my players is player, right? Most important thing I'm looking for in any one of my players is self-confidence, because unless you have the belief that you can do something, nothing else matters. But let's keep it going.
I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task.
He defines self-confidence as the ability to believe that you can accomplish any task. The ability to believe that you can accomplish any task. And what have we talked about in the past? We talked about, we looked up the Latin meaning of the word confidence, and it has to do with trust. It has to do with belief. It has to do with being able to understand that you can do something. And a lot of guys is like, how you gonna have confidence unless you do something and then somebody gives you a compliment on what you've done, and then you get confidence from the accolades and the awards that you know. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to believe that you can do it before you even get there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, before you approach that chick, you have to believe that it can happen. Now, whether or not it actually happens, that's up to the chances of life and the probabilities of life and the numbers game, right? But before you actually step up to the approach, you have to believe that it can happen, that there's a possibility, because your attitude, your perception, everything about you will behave in the way that believes that it can happen, right? And then when you believe something can happen, and then your mind, your body, your energy responds in a certain way, that's what gets you to the end of the situation. Whether it happened or not, that's the attitude you need going in. But let's go.
No matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity, the belief that you can accomplish it, self-confidence.
The belief that you can accomplish it no matter the odds, the challenges, no matter how many girls have told you no. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how many situations you've been in, you have to believe that you can accomplish it. That's what it's all about. You know why? Because that's what's going to have you play the numbers game. That's what's going to have you talk to more girls. That's what's going to have you, keep trying. But he's going to get into that some more. So we're going to get into that later.
You're saying, great, I don't have it. I'm so shy. I'll never do good. Self-confidence. Some of you are saying, great, I don't have it. I'm so shy. I'll never do good. And you start to drag all the way down here. But I use the word skill because I believe it can be trained. And I'll show you a couple of ways in which we do. Hopefully I won't run out of time. I don't use any slides because my speech always goes here, here, or here. So we'll see which way we get to. The easiest way to build self-confidence. There's no magic button. I can't say, hey, this plane is going down. Who can fly it? Put your hand up. I can. I'm confident. Repetition, repetition, repetition.
Motherfucker. Did you guys hear that? Did you? I hope y'all heard that. What do we tell y'all? It's a numbers game. You got to keep talking to these chicks. You got to keep swiping on these chicks. You got to put yourself in position to be out there. And experience what you need to experience in the game. What is this man talking about? A way to build confidence is repetition, repetition, repetition. Let's go.
Right? What does Malcolm Gladwell call it? The 10,000 hour rule. There's no magic button. I recruited a goalie from Colombia, South America one year. Big, tall, 6'3" man. He had hands like stone. I thought he was like.
For those who don't understand, the 1,000-hour rule is it has a lot to do with apprenticeship and learning a skill. Like he's talking about confidence as a skill, right? What he's talking about is doing something for at least 10,000 hours. And once you do something for 10,000 hours, what it does to your mind is the activity, the patterns of the activity become ingrained in your mind and in your memory and in your perception. So the only difference between a guy who knows how to talk to women and a guy who doesn't is that the guy who knows how to talk to women has done it hundreds and thousands of times. He's put in the work to get to that 1,000-hour situation. You understand what I'm saying? He's putting the work to fulfill the 10,000-hour rule, because there's a 10,000-hour rule for carpenters and for, tradesmen and even professors and all these smart people and this, that, and the third. You need to have 10,000 hours to be a what they call a professional, or to be at a level where you can be called a professional, right? And then I think you need another 10,000 hours to become a master, but that's like another level. You understand? But what he's talking about when he says 10,000 hours is that you have to put the time in to make your perception of the activity so ingrained that, for example, you already know what the chick is going to say before she say it, right? And then you already know what your response is going to be before she even gets to what she's about to say. So you're playing chess while she's playing checkers, because you're 2 to 3 steps ahead in the conversation. You're 2 to 3 steps ahead in the seduction. You're 2 to 3 steps ahead in everything. Like I told you, like little shit like getting to the if you invite a chick to the bar or something, little shit like getting to the bar early and picking out the seats and where y'all gonna sit. That's understanding the dynamics of what you're getting ready to do and setting yourself up to be 2 to 3 steps ahead before she even get to the spot. You understand what I'm saying? That's a part of running your game. That's a part of confidence, right? But let's go.
Flipper. Every time I throw a hand, he had hands like here. Hour rule, repetition, right? What does Malcolm Gladwell call it? The 10,000 hour rule. There's no magic button. I recruited a goalie from Colombia, South America one year. Big, tall, 6'3" man. He had hands like stone. I thought he was like Flipper. Every time I throw him the ball down onto the ground, I was like, oh my God, we're in trouble. Simple solution. Get to the wall, kick a ball against the wall and catch it. Kick the ball against the wall and catch it. His goal was 350 a day for 8 months. He came back. His hands were calloused. The moisture on his hands were literally gone. He is now playing in Europe. Magic? No. Repetition, repetition, repetition. The problem is we expect to be self-confident, but we can't be unless the skill or the task we're doing is not novel, is not new to us. We want to be in a situation where we've had so much pressure in that. And what I mean, because pressure builds diamonds, we want to be in a situation where, hey, I've done this 1,000 times. I did my speech. I practiced in front of the mirror.
You see that? He's letting you know that the situation that you're trying to get good at, which in this case is talking and interacting with females. He says you have to get yourself to a point where you have this feeling like, I've done this 1,000 times. I've been here so many times. I know exactly what's going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? I just have this feeling like I just know what's going to happen. I know what she's going to say. I know what I'm going to say. I know what's going to happen. I know that she's going to act like she don't want to have sex tonight. But I know that when I say this, this, and this, she going to end up fucking me. Like, this is what this man is talking about. He talked about the goalie. He made him, check this out. He made him kick the ball against the wall and catch the ball 350 times a day for what, 3 months? And we telling y'all, listen, man, y'all need to talk to at least 25 girls a week. You understand? And a lot of guys can't even get to that number because they get so discouraged after the first couple. But look, he's gonna get into it. Let's go.
Hey, I'm sounding good.
So now he's
want to be in a situation.
He's talking about how when he was practicing his speech, how he was practicing. Oh shit! You see, Goldie said, "I fucks with you, Goldie. You absorb everything." Yeah, Goldie. I think he said 8 months. But fuck it. Let's fact check it. Let's go back.
Novel is not new to us.
Let's go back. Let's see what he said.
Repetition. The problem is we expect to be self-confident, but we can't be unless the skill or the task we're doing is not novel. It's not new to us. We want to be in a situation where we've had so much pressure in that. And what I mean, because pressure builds diamonds.
See, what he's talking about, is when he says we've had so much pressure, right? This is what I want you guys to understand. That feeling of nervousness that you get when you're about to talk to a brand new chick, you don't understand how important that shit is. You don't understand how that feeling of nervousness, that feeling of pressure, it helps to mold your character. Like just what he said. He said, pressure makes diamonds. Because you don't grow as a person unless you feel some type of suffering. You don't grow as a person. Your muscles don't grow unless you go to the gym and lift some heavy weight and you gotta struggle. I was in the gym the other day and I saw this dude. He put on some heavy weight. And I saw he did one set. You know, he was pretty good. He struggled a little bit on the last one. The second set, same thing. Third set, he super struggled on the last one, right? And then I saw him. He was about to do a fourth set, but he took like the 10 pounds off to lighten the load. And I said to him, I said, bro, let me give you just a little bit of assistance so you could crank 2 more reps out on this last set. And he was like, all right, man, thanks. Let's do it. You understand? So he got himself set. Now we put the same weight on, and he did the same thing. He did all the, he did the reps. I think he was going to like 6. He did 4 reps, and then on the last 2, that's where he started struggling. And I try to pride myself on being a good spotter, meaning that I literally use these 4 fingers. I don't grab it and help. I don't help niggas. I use these 4 fingers, and I struggle with them. I use my fingers and I struggle with them because that little space of struggle, that's what makes your muscles grow. That's what forces your muscles to say, well, shit, if this nigga's about to be lifting all these heavy ass weights, then I need to grow. I need to get stronger. I need to go reach into his nutritional reserve and get all the protein and amino acids that I can. And I need to put them right here. So the next time this month, or if you're doing bench press right here, right, and right here, but so the next time he goes to do this shit, we'll be prepared, and he can knock out those last couple of reps without needing help from anyone. It's that pressure that you guys are running from is exactly what makes you good at what you're trying to do, which is holler at chicks. That pressure builds diamonds. That pressure builds the diamond tongue. So you could say anything to a woman and she'll love it. You see what I'm saying? But the problem is so many of us, and I'm guilty of this too, but so many of us run away from that pressure. We don't want to, oh man, what's the point of talking to girls, man? They're just gonna act all weird and try to reject you and try to make you feel bad. And again, this is another reflection, or this is another example of the fact that the game is not about the woman. The game is not about the game is about you. The game is asking you, how much pressure can you take? How much of a diamond are you willing to become to get to where you're trying to be? Because let's face it, All of us is trying to be that cool, sociable person that can say anything. Shout out to K Zaggin in the chat. Good looking, bro. You know what I'm saying? All of us want to be that guy, right? That could be sociable, that could make friends with anybody, and that can especially get anything we want out of attractive females or for the females that we find attractive. You understand? All of us want to be that guy. Let's not kid ourselves. But the game is really asking you, are you trying to become the average dude or are you trying to become a diamond? And if you're trying to become a diamond, you have to understand that shit comes with pressure. That shit comes with nervousness. That shit comes with that fucked up feeling you get after a bitch is acting like she don't like you or she, get away from me. And oh, you're so creepy and blah, blah, blah. Cool. But that's what you need. You absorb it and you let that pressure help you to build your character. So on the next one, if she says something similar, you've already been there. You've experienced it, so you don't need. See, here's the thing with experience, right? When you experience something and then you feel an emotion from that experience, the cool part is the next time you experience a similar thing, you don't need to be that emotional anymore. And then the more you experience the similar thing, after a certain point, you're not emotional at all anymore. So you being afraid of rejection is only keeping you from developing that strength that'll help you to not worry about rejection. You get what I'm saying? You experience something the first time and it's like, oh shit, you broke my heart, bro. Like I thought she would at least give me a chance to take out for a drink, but she just wasn't feeling the nigga. She told me she had a boyfriend and she wasn't interested even if I was the last person on earth. Whoo, that kind of hurt. I ain't even going front. Next time it happens. Oh, I got a boyfriend. Leave me alone. You're creepy. Oh man, damn. But you know what? It happened already, so I'm not even sweating it. By the third, fourth, fifth time, you're like, who gives a fuck what these chicks is talking about? On to the next. You get what I'm saying? That's that building a diamond. But let's go.
We want to be in a situation where, hey, I've done this 1,000 times.
Right.
I did my speech and I practiced in front of the mirror. Hey, I'm sounding good. And then I read in front of my kids and my wife. I was like, oh gosh, got a little nervous. Then I get in front of Glenn Gould. Oh my goodness, I'm a little more nervous. By the time I get to the ACG, where 2,500 people, can't say anymore, right? 2,500 people, where 2,500 people are there, I won't have a single ounce of nervousness because of my ability to practice.
You see that? Because of his ability to practice. But like I said, you experience something, like he said with the speech, the first time he did it, a little nervous. Second time he did it, even more nervous because he was doing it for somebody who was like, judging him, right? But then when he did it for 25,000 people, by the time, because he did it to himself, he did it to his family, he did it to his colleague. But by the time he got to the 25,000 or 2,500 people, it was good. He didn't experience an ounce of nervousness. Why? Because his experiences allowed him to build up an emotional tolerance or an emotional numbness to the situation where now all he has to focus is the objective at hand. You understand that when you're talking to women, when you're approaching women, when you're even in a relationship with a woman, when you're dealing with a woman on any account, whether it's the approach or y'all been in a 5-year, 10-year, monogamous or non-monogamous relationship, whatever it is, you want to be a little bit more numb to your emotions. Not because you're not supposed to feel emotions. We're all human. We're all supposed to be. We all should be in tune with our emotions to some extent. But the point is, you want to focus on the task at hand. Why? Because that's what a man does. A man can recognize and he can see his feelings. A man can recognize his feelings, but it's more important for a man to recognize that he has to focus on the task at hand. So, like even if you're in a relationship with a chick. And she does something out of pocket, and y'all been together for a while. So, hey, I'll give you a chance to make a mistake because you've been holding it down for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I've already vetted you. We're in year 4, year 5, maybe. And she makes a mistake and she does something disrespectful. Now, if you're trying to be emotional about it, here's what's going to happen. She's going to say something disrespectful. And then because you're emotional, you're going to say something back that's disrespectful. And that's going to start an issue from that point in the relationship on. That's not where you want to be. You want to maintain your manhood take this is why you got to go through all the rejections in the beginning when you're just approaching, because when you're in the relationship now and she does something similar meaning disrespectful, you recognize that you're pissed. You recognize that, did this bitch just say what the fuck I thought she said? In your mind, that's what you're thinking. You're like, did this fucking bitch just say what the fuck I thought she said? You know what? This bitch, yo, I might have to slap this shit up. What? That's how you feeling on the inside, right? But as a man, you have to focus on the task at hand. What's the task at hand? The task at hand is to check your bitch. That's the task at hand. And as a man, because we've already been through the stages of disappointment, rejection, disrespect from all the different women that we've already, dealt with through approaches, dating, whatever. At this point in a 5-year relationship, it's my duty as a man to check my woman and get her back on track. It's not my duty to go back and forth with her on some disrespectful shit, because now she's going to think that that's how we handle problems in the relationship. So every time something comes up, disrespect, back and forth, disrespect. And then you going to call me a Lucario and talk about, yo, man, I'm dealing with this chick, man. She mad disrespectful. I don't know, man. The first 3 years was good, but now all of a sudden it's nothing but disrespect. It's disrespect because you were supposed to be the example. You were supposed to recognize your emotions, but also be numb to them to a certain extent, so you can focus on the task at hand, which is to check your chick and get her back on track. So she's do something disrespectful. You calm down because, like I said, your initial reaction is, did this bitch does Wayne Brady have to choke a bitch? But anyway, you pull back. You collect your thoughts so you can express yourself the right way. Even if it takes an hour later, 2 hours later, the next fucking day, even if it takes that long, trust me, you're better off waiting and being patient with yourself. And then you come back to her and be like, listen, I don't like the way you came at me yesterday. You understand? I think we need to really look at that. And I think we need to understand that that's not conducive to our relationship, because I love you, I respect you, and I expect the same from you. And that type of behavior is unbecoming of where we're trying to go in this relationship. And it's also unbecoming of the type of woman that I keep in my life. Low key letting her know that if she don't realize her mistakes, she might be the type of woman that's not going to be in your life. Low key, right? But that's the check. You're objective. You're not going back and forth with her. You're not being disrespectful to her. You're being straightforward, and you're letting her know that you have a legitimate concern to keep this relationship going on the right track. And if she's concerned with keeping this relationship going on the right track, then she will accept the check and then respond accordingly, meaning she's going to watch that type of tone, watch whatever it was, watch that type of tone, watch that type of verbiage, watch what she say. Because it's not just about disrespecting you. It's about disrespecting herself, because this is a relationship, right? It's the two of us together. It's team us, right? So if you're trying to disrespect me, you're also disrespecting yourself, because if you're trying to disrespect me, that means you're now in danger of not being with me. So all of the benefit that you gain from fucking with a man like me is about to be out the window if you're not careful. So don't think so the woman that thinks she's just disrespecting you have to let her know that you're disrespecting the relationship and you're disrespecting yourself, because that's not the type of woman that I keep in my life. You get what I'm saying? And this is the type of level that you get to be at once, like the man said, you go through repetition, and you get through the pressure of becoming a diamond. You understand? You actually become a diamond. You become that dude that nothing can, you're hard as a diamond, meaning that nothing said to you by a woman can fuck with your focus. So if you know your focus is to keep the relationship going, then that's how you're going to respond. If you're just on the date for the first time and she says something out of pocket, if your focus is to keep the date going so you can continue to get to know her. So you check her and say, hey, I want to continue to get to know you, but all of that loud talking or all of that disrespectful nonsense, it's not going to fly with me. So I'm going to need you to check that or roll it back or however. And then you give her the choice. And then she'd be like, well, fuck that. I ain't got. You'd be like, okay, baby girl, you have a good night. Take it easy. Or if she says, oh, forgive me. I get excited. I'm a little nervous. It's the first time, I've been out on a date in a couple months. I apologize. Right? Then you could keep the date going. But if you engage, if you let your emotions take the best of you and then you engage into that disrespectful back and forth, at that point, it's not even her fault anymore. It's yours. You get what I'm saying? But let's go.
Right? Over and over and over again. The problem with repetition is, how many of us bail after the first bit of failure?
You see what I just said? That's the problem with repetition. How many of us bail through the first couple instances of failure? And that's what I'm talking about. Guys call up all the time. Man, I don't know about this approach shit, man. I ain't cold approaching. I ain't doing none of this, man. Cause you know what I'm saying? I went out last night. I talked to like 5 girls, man. All of them rejected me. And after that, I was like, man, fuck that. I'm going home, bruh. Or fuck that. I'm going to the bar. Or fuck that. I'm done with this shit, man. Fuck all these girls. And I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go pop a pill or do some shit, right? How many times have you heard that shit? But again, the guys who become the diamond are the ones who they absorb that type of pain. All y'all niggas watch fucking y'all watch Dragon Ball and all this type of shit, and y'all hear all of this shit, but y'all don't apply it to the game. Y'all hear them talk about charging up. Y'all hear them talk about absorbing energy. Y'all hear them talk about training and training in harsh conditions. What was it? The parabolic? Forgive me, I don't watch Dragon Ball, but I know a couple things. But Goku was in some type of chamber where it was 1,000 pounds of pressure of gravity or some shit, and he's training and doing all of this crazy shit. How the fuck you think Goku got so good from training and all that shit? How you think a nigga that get mad bitches get so good from training, from doing the things that are difficult? But let's go.
How many of us bail after the first bit of adversity? Edison was on that video. And it depends who you ask. There's anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 tries to build that light bulb. 1,000 to 10,000. Jake,
think about that shit. 1,000 to 10,000 tries to try to build the light bulb. 1,000 to 10,000 tries to try to build the light bulb. And y'all motherfuckers, as soon as y'all talk to 2 or 3 girls that's not feeling y'all, oh man, fuck this, I'm going home, man. Oh man, shit, fuck all this cold approach shit.
Rowling should be on that video. You know how many publishers she took her Harry Potter book to? I believe the number was 12 or 13. I'm pretty confident. After 2 or 3 no's, I'd be like, dang it. After 6 or 7, I'm like, maybe not. Definitely after 9 or 10, I'd be looking to be a soccer coach or something else beside an author.
You see what he's saying? And this is something that I've said to you guys so many times. I always bring up Jay-Z and Damon Dash back in the day when they were first starting Rockefeller Records. They went to every record label in New York. Every last one. They literally brought one of the greatest rapper, or arguably the greatest rappers, to every record label in New York City and said, yo, sign us. We got that heat. And all of them was like, nope, fuck out of here. Jay-Z, this nigga look like a camel. Get the fuck out of my office. This nigga look like a camel and you over here chubby and bald yelling at everybody. Get the fuck out my office. I ain't signing y'all niggas. And he talking about the lady that wrote Harry Potter. She went to 13 different places. You talking about Thomas Edison. 1,000 to 10,000 tries to create the light bulb. You talking about, I always bring up the Wright brothers. The Wright brothers, how many different flying machines did they try to make? How many different attempts did they make? Almost broke their ass, killed themselves trying to fly off of cliffs to realize the dream of flight. But we here now, right? It's real important, bro. It's real important. Like, this is how you build confidence. You have to believe in something first. Motherfuckers talking about, man, confidence is bullshit. How you gonna have confidence unless you do something right and then somebody tell you that you did good and then you get confidence from that? No. Listen to these stories. Thomas Edison with the light bulb. He literally heard no up to 10,000 times from whatever he was doing. I'm like, trying to put things together and it not working. That's equivalent to somebody telling you no. He's talking about the lady who wrote Harry Potter, one of the most celebrated series of books ever. She went to 13 different publishers, and all of them said no. Jay-Z and Dame Dash. Jay-Z is he's probably the richest rapper right now, like just rapper, because you know Puffy, he do a bunch of different shit, and Dre, he's a producer really, but Jay-Z the richest rapper right now. But then again, no, Kanye is crazy. Look at Kanye. Shit, niggas in Rockefeller told Kanye that he wasn't good at rapping and shit. And look at him. He richer than Jay-Z. Jay-Z was like, nah, nigga, just give me your beats. And now Kanye, because of his creativity in its entirety, has made Kanye richer than fucking Jay-Z. The same nigga that told him no. And look at Jay-Z, how many no's he heard. And now Jay-Z is one of the richest, you know, just rappers in the game. Billionaire, right? This is, y'all don't understand that. It's not about the people telling you no. It's about your drive to go get what you really fucking want. You really think it's about them telling you no? Them motherfuckers don't know nothing. Because think about it. Look, you know, 2020 is, hindsight is 2020, right? Just think about this question. Looking at how everything turned out, how smart were the people that told Jay-Z no? And with that being said, why would I take their no to heart? Why would I let their no stop me if I believe in myself so much that I'm looking at them like they fucking stupid? It's so many men out here right now who are in great relationships and they're married to wonderful women having a happy life. There are. Don't think they're not. I know we see a lot of bullshit all over the internet and everybody thinks that, you know, women are fucked and men are fucked and all of us are lonely and going to die alone and all that shit. But let's be clear. There are men out there that are in beautiful fucking relationships. I'm one of them and I know a few of them myself. There are men out there that are in beautiful relationships. Why? Because they kept going. What do they give a fuck about all those women in the past who told them no? How smart are they? They're not that smart. Because you looked a good man in the face and told him no. So why should I get mad at you? You're just not that smart because I know I'm a good nigga. I know I'm a good man. I know I can make a good boyfriend, a good husband, whatever. But see, you have to believe that first. And then when you hear the no's, you can't let them change your mind. That's what brings you to success. Being able to take the no and still go. That rhymes. And you know it rhymes. That's what makes you successful. Being able to take the no and still go. So here's what it is. When somebody tells you no, when you believe something, first of all, if you believe something about yourself, that's great. That's good. And you know that you have the potential, or you already have the characteristics of a high quality person, a high quality man, more specifically. And then you hear somebody say no, your first thought should be damn, what a shame. You don't have to say this to them, but in your mind, you should just be like, you're just not that smart. Just like all them people that told Jay-Z no. None of those record labels were that smart. Are you kidding? They didn't hear Jay-Z's flow, his cadence, like the way the wordplay, the way that he used words to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Jay-Z's like one of my favorite rappers. How the fuck did nobody thought he was a good rapper back in it? No, nobody. These niggas had to do it all themselves. You understand? Them niggas literally had to go hustle up drugs, hustle up, you know, and do what they had to do, allegedly, and use that money to flip and fucking make their own way and create their own record label. That's what it's about. You take the no, but you keep going. Let's go.
Right? I mean, 12 and I'd be looking to be a soccer coach or something else beside it off it. Right? I mean, 12 times somebody said no. But practice, and do not accept failure. Maybe it shouldn't be repetition. Maybe the answer should be.
I want to stop right there. He said, practice, and do not accept failure. See, the problem with so many guys today, when it comes to interacting with women and approaching and whatever, is that you think that just because one chick told you no, that that's a failure. You only fail when you quit. You only fail when you quit. So you only fail when you stop talking to women. You understand that? You only fail when you quit. So you only fail when you stop talking to women. As long as you're continuing to talk to woman after woman after woman, girl after girl that you find attractive, there's no way. There's no way for you to lose. There's no way for you to fail. That's what y'all don't understand. Because you're literally making the game about the woman that's in front of you right in that moment. You're making the game all about her because she's so pretty. She got long hair and she looks like one of these Instagram chicks and her ass is so fat and she cute and she got light eyes and all this. Oh my God. But she's not feeling me. She told me no. Ah man, look, I just took an L. That's what a lot of y'all niggas love to say. Yo, I just took an L because it is one. You only take an L when you stop doing what you're supposed to do, which is going out and getting what the fuck you want, period. That's the only time you fail. That's the only time you take an L, because every experience has wisdom in it. Every experience has knowledge in it. So how the hell do you fail from gaining knowledge? If the chick is not fucking with you, that's just knowledge, because you went through the experience and and what do we know about experience? Experience builds knowledge. Experience builds wisdom. And what can you do with that wisdom? You use it for the next situation, for you to enable your chances of succeeding. You take the no and you keep going.
Persistence. Do not accept failure, but practice, and do not accept failure. Maybe it shouldn't be repetition. Maybe the answer should be persistence.
Exactly. Persistence. And not with the same chick. Not with the same chick. If a chick tell you no, she not feeling you, she got a boyfriend, persist to another chick, because she's done. She's not smart. Just like them fucking record labels back in the day that told Jay-Z he wasn't shit, right? She's just not smart. She can't see what you see, and that's okay. Hey, baby girl, have a great day. Enjoy your boyfriend. Take care. Persist to the next female that you find attractive, because you only fail if you quit. Let's go.
Because we all repeat something, but very few of us really will persist.
You see that? Let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. Let me look up the definition of persist. And it probably should have done this already, but persistence, right? It says firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Persistence, firm or obstinate continuance in a course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Huh? Because see, this is what I tell you guys too from time to time, where I tell you that it's one thing to play the numbers game and just talk to chicks and just talk. And that's what a lot of guys do. But they're not being persistent, meaning that they're not adding a level of purpose. They're not trying to learn from what's going on. You know, a lot of guys, even when they get quote unquote rejected, what's even more detrimental than the fact that it kind of hurts your ego is the fact that when you're in a hurt ego state, it's hard for you to recognize the lesson in the situation. I'm going to say that again. What happens when a lot of you guys get rejected, it hurts your ego and it brings you down emotionally. But what's more even detrimental than your lowered emotional state is that once the rejection happens, it brings you down to the point where it's hard for you to see the lesson. It's hard for you to embrace the experience of what just happened, so you can play it back in your mind and say, hey, all right, you know what? I'm going to try this next time. Or maybe she's just not that type of chick. Or maybe like a lot of times you can change this one little thing and it'll change your whole trajectory, right? A lot of you guys, y'all go into the bar and y'all see 2 chicks, maybe 3 chicks sitting together, and y'all go holler at them. When y'all don't even realize that at the other end of the bar, there's one chick by herself over there, and then there's another chick by herself over there. You're supposed to go talk to the chicks that are by themselves, because usually the chicks that are by themselves are looking for companionship. They're out by themselves because they're lonely. You understand? But see, here's what's gonna happen to the guy that goes up to the group of 2, and he's like, hey, how y'all doing tonight? What's going on? Hey, what's your name? What's your name? Oh, yeah, how do y'all know each other? Cool. And then they be like, you know what? We're just here having a girls' night out, and you're kind of interrupting us, and you're also a little creepy. So could you get away from us, please? And then what happens to the dude? He's like, oh, okay. And see, because of his lowered emotional state and his lowered self-esteem, he puts his head down. What happens when you put your head down? You can't see the single chick on one end of the bar and the other single chick by herself at the other end of the bar. You see what I'm saying? That's what because you guys are so you get caught up in your emotions and your ego, you allow this bullshit to lower your vision. You allow this bullshit to lower your perspective of the third eye, your perspective of the fourth dimension of thinking. Because all you're worried about is the fact that in this particular instance, these 2 chicks is having a girls' night out and they don't want to talk to you. So now I'm feeling rejected, and I'm like, okay. What happens when you cry? Your eyes filled with tears. And then you can't see the chick by herself over there and the other chick by herself over there just waiting for you to come talk to her. So now what do? You fucking leave the bar and you're like, man, fuck this shit, man. Fuck all that shit Miles Cunningham and Lucario was talking about. No, I ain't approaching none of these hoes no more. Fuck all that. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's go.
I came from a school of 1,000 people ourselves. We need to get our own self-affirmation. What do you think Dr. should be on that video? You know how many publishers she took her Harry Potter book to?
Right.
I believe the number was 12 or 13. I'm pretty confident, but after 2 or 3 no's, I'd be like, dang it. After 6 or 7, I'm like, maybe not. Definitely after 9 or 10, I'd be looking to be a soccer coach or something else beside an author. Right? I mean, 12 times somebody said no. But practice, and do not accept failure. Maybe it shouldn't be repetition. Maybe the answer should be persistence, because we all repeat something, but very few of us really will persist. So that's one way to build self-confidence. Get out there, do what you want to do, and do not accept no. The other one is self-talk.
Get out there, do what you want to do, and do not accept no. And again, when it comes to females, I don't mean to keep trying with the same female, bro. I want y'all to get that clear. I want y'all to get that very clear. Just because you stop trying with one particular female don't mean you're supposed to stop trying. Don't accept no means, okay, she said no, but I'm going to go check out a few more chicks and see what they have to say. Just to see. Because I don't know what they're going to say, but I'm going to go over here and see what they got to say. You said no? Cool. You have the right to say no. Beautiful. That's cool. Have a good night. I'm over here because I'm not accepting no tonight. So I got some more work to do.
We all have a self-talk tape that plays in our head. Anybody go shopping and put on a pair of pants this week? If you're a woman, the first thing that always comes, damn, I look fat in these pants. And if you're a man, it's the opposite. Oh, God, I have no muscle. I'm so flabby, right? We all have this tape that plays in our head. As a student, if they asked me the question, it was like, oh, gee, please, professor, don't pick me. I don't know the answer. I look down, right? If you're let me tell you something, and the VP of Business Admin is here, so I shouldn't repeat this, but when they hired me as National Athletic Director, I sat in an architect's meeting, and I am about as dumb as a post when it comes to anything to do with numbers and angles. And they're like, the fundibulator valve of the architectural, what do you think, Dr. Joseph? Let me look into that for you and get back to you. Right? I was thinking, oh, God, please don't ask me. Please don't ask me. We all have this negative self-talk that goes in our head. Guess what? There's enough people that are telling us we can't do it,
Right.
that we're not good enough. Why do we want to tell ourselves that? We know for a fact that thoughts influence actions.
That's, y'all know that is something that I say that to y'all all the time. Thoughts influence actions, thoughts influence words, influence actions. Thoughts influence words, influence actions. Okay? What you believe is what you receive. I heard that on another video today. I ain't gonna act like that's mine. But what you believe is what you receive. So he's talking about self-talk. That's another huge issue that guys deal with. Before you even go talk to the girl, you're telling yourself all these reasons why you shouldn't. You go, oh man, she looks like she has a boyfriend. Oh, maybe she's married, or maybe she's with that guy right there. I don't know. She's probably not gonna like me anyway. I'm not dressed for the, I'm not dressed right. I didn't plan on approaching girls today, so I'm not even gonna try. Even though I really think she's attractive, I really think she's pretty, and I think so on and so forth. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave that alone. You understand what I'm saying? So much negativity. And like he said, you already have so many people in this world telling you can't. Why should you be one of them as well? But let's go.
There with the video Sheldon, Dr. Levy showed, right? We know that our thoughts influence actions. Why do we want to say that negative self-talk to ourselves? We need to get our own self-affirmations. Muhammad Ali, what was his self-affirmation? I am the greatest.
This nigga don't know how to box.
Who else is going to tell you? There need to be quiet moments.
Hold on. Let me play that shit back. Hold on.
Who else is going to tell you? I am affirmations. Muhammad Ali, what was his self-affirmation? I am the greatest.
He looked like he running.
Who else is going to tell you? There need to be quiet moments in your bedroom, quiet moments when you're brushing your teeth, that we need to reaffirm, I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. That is my affirmation. I came from a school of 1,000 people. I lived in a town of 1,000 people for 15 years. There's no reason that I should be in charge of an athletic department building Maple Leaf Gardens. But I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate.
Ooh.
I
am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. Feel free to write that in the chat if you're feeling this podcast so far. Feel free to write that shit in the chat. If you're feeling this live so far, feel free to write that in the chat. Let's replay that shit. Let's see what he said.
But I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate.
I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. Or I am the captain of my ship and the master of my destiny. What do we talk about all the time? Being an architect of your life. Being an architect of your life, bro. You're a man. Stop letting life happen to you and do something about it. Put in the work to get to where you're trying to get to. Period. I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. Yes, there are things out there that will create challenges and obstacles, but as long as I believe that I can accomplish this thing, I'm going to move towards it. The only thing that can fucking stop me is death. We have to see this shit, guys. We have to. Whatever it is you want. I'm talking about bitches, but I don't give a fuck. Anything you want. Anything. It doesn't matter if it doesn't exist right now. It could be a figment of your imagination. But if you believe that it's possible for the shit to happen, realize that you are the captain of your ship and the master of your fate. And you're going to go after it. No matter how many no's, how many failures, how many times you try to put the wire on the thing to build a bulb and it fucking fell apart, you are going to make it happen. And the only thing that can stop you is death. And sometimes that's not even something that's going to stop you. Why? Because if you understand the importance of your work, here's what you might do. You might inspire, like fucking Tupac said this shit. He said, I may not change the world, but I feel 100% that I can inspire the mind that will. So even if death quote unquote stops you. The profundity of your work, the impact that you have the ability to make on this planet can inspire someone else to pick up your work and advance it. Not even death can actually stop you if you're confident enough and if you understand the power of what you're doing. All you really want to do is talk to girls? Or are you trying to fucking live the life of your dreams, of your fantasies even? All you want to do is be confident when you're talking to women? Or do you want to fucking be the captain of your ship and the master of your fate? When you get to that level of confidence and game, a bitch has to lay the fuck down. Women are not even important to you at that point. Women just fucking lay. As soon as you open your mouth, they lay the fuck down. Why? Because they realize they're dealing with a man who is the captain of his ship and the master of his fate. And she can either decide to fuck with you or not. And if she doesn't, that's cool. If she does, that's cool too. But you're not stopping the ship. When you have this level of confidence, this level of assurity in who you are, and especially with the purpose and goal that you're trying to get to, and you understand the importance of it, there's nothing that could stop you. Nothing. Because Earl Nightingale said this. He said, those who go at their dreams, they search high and low for the circumstances they want. And if those circumstances don't exist, they create it. That's how powerful you are. That you looking for somebody to help you. You looking for some type of device that can fucking, add to your purpose and get you to your objectives and your goals. And it's like, shit, everybody you talk to, they're like, that thing that you're looking for to help you doesn't exist. And what do you say? You look at them and say, all right, then fuck it. I'll create it. In my journey to get to where I'm trying to get to, I will create the fucking thing that I need to help me get there. And I will fucking get there. Whether anybody on this earth can help me or not. That type of shit is like, that's some powerful shit. That's the type of confidence that you need to have. And y'all niggas just talking about girls, bro. Like, what? Especially some of you guys who get stuck on one girl. One? Come on, man. The type of abilities that you have inside of you, as a man, no less, is immensely powerful, immensely profound and impactful for what this world needs. But it's really up to you to decide. You got to make a decision. You have to have a belief. And you can't wait for motherfuckers to say, hey, man, good job. A lot of dudes, they go out cruising for chicks with their friends, and they go holler at the girl, and then they go right back to they crowd of friends just so they could get a pat on the back from they niggas. You know, it's one thing I love about fucking with Lucario. A lot of times when we went out, I never used to see this nigga until we was ready to shake the spot to go to another spot. I used to lose this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because I was one of those niggas who used to like want to go holler at the chick and then come back and have a conference about it. And then there was one point where both of us kind of split up, and I went to go holler at a chick, and I'm like, man, it's fucked up. I don't think it worked out or whatever. And I was looking for this nigga. You know, Lucario's dark too. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't find this nigga, bruh. And we didn't. And so I was like, fuck it, let me just go talk to some other chicks. So both of us was just on our Mac and shit. You don't need the validation of nobody else. Once you make that choice and that belief, you decide to believe in yourself. You decide to believe whatever you want to believe about yourself. And that's a good thing to you. No one can stop you, but you have to make that choice. But let's go.
If I don't say it, if I don't believe it, no one else will.
Exactly. It's up to you. The truth is inside you. Come on, man.
How do you build self-confidence? Get away from the people who will tear you down.
Real
There's
shit.
enough of that. Muhammad Ali. I am the greatest. There is no one better than me. It's a difference between hubris and ego and false pride. It's just reminding yourself in quiet, silent moments. I put it down on a list. It's right beside my mirror. right? About all the things that make me who I am, because I make enough mistakes and the newspapers will recognize it and people around me will recognize it and they'll tear me down. And pretty soon I'll begin to believe it. There was a time when my confidence was really low. There's a time when I took this job, when I came from Iowa, I don't know if I could do it. I had to bring out my self-confidence letter, a letter I wrote to myself when I was feeling good. Ivan, congratulations on getting your PhD before 40. I am 40 under. Congratulations on winning a national championship. Good job on raising 3 good kids and marrying the right woman. I wrote a letter to myself.
You see that? You see what I was just talking about? How some guys need the validation from their homeboys after they just hollered at a chick or after they just had, got a number or whatever it is. A lot of guys, even the type of women that you choose to date, you don't choose them because you're actually attracted to them. You choose them because you think your boys is going to think she's cute. See, notice that he talked about, he pulled out his confidence letter. Confidence letter, right? It was a letter that he wrote to himself, listing all of the good things that he's done in his life. Because that's what successful people do. They don't focus on the negative. They don't focus on you telling them no. They focus on the goodness in themselves, and they use that goodness in themselves to maintain a positive attitude as they move forward, in spite of the no's, in spite of the challenges, in spite of all the obstacles that may arise. A man looks at himself and says, I'm a good man. I respect myself, and therefore I respect people. I know how to smash bitches. You know what I'm saying? I know how to give them that good. I take care of my body, so I maintain superb erections. I know how to keep charming conversations. I work. I take care of myself. My health is good. I got my own place. I got my own car. I have dreams and goals of being financially free. I got a side hustle. I got ideas for businesses. You understand? Focus on the goodness in who you are. And if you need to, do like him. Write it down. Write the shit down if you need to and look at it. Or better yet, there's this thing called I got it from some website a while ago, and it's called I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like keeping a gratitude journal. It's called a gratitude journal. So literally all you do is every day you get up and you write down everything that's good about your life. Everything that you're grateful for, you write the shit down. You understand? And they say that if you do that shit for at least 14 days straight, your brain will transform itself to notice all the great things in your life, even that are not even on the list. But it just gets used to the conditioning of seeing the beauty and seeing the positive aspects of your life. And as you continue to develop that brain transformation, your remember the thoughts, words, and actions and how they influence, you'll begin to develop actions and words that bring you closer to where you're trying to be. So when you step to a girl thinking of all of the powerful, positive things about yourself, and then you speak to her and you say, hey girl, how you doing? And she says, hi, how are you? What's your name? My name's Miles Cunningham, the Miles Cunningham. And she's like, the Miles Cunningham, what are you talking about? Are you somebody important or something? Just right there, because you and I'm just spitballing on an example, right? But you have a certain attitude based on what you know about yourself. What do I know about myself? I got a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Me and my homeboy Lucario, we run a business, and we out here doing God's work. You know, and that's not something I say. That's a lot of the stuff that guys that follow us say. We out here doing God's work. We out here helping men build confidence and learn how to get what they want out of life, with women included, right? I feel good about what I do and who I am. So when a woman asks me, who are you? Shit, girl, you don't know? I'm Miles Cunningham out here. Like, what are you doing? I create content. I help guys build their confidence and their manhood and all that type of shit. But that's just what I do. I just love what I do. I make my own schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like, my life is good. I love my life, but I really get off on helping guys and bringing the truth to them. Like, do you know my slogan? Nah, what's your slogan? The truth is inside you. You know? And then if she flirt with me the right way, I might look at her and be like, if you play your cards right, the truth will be inside you too a little bit later. But that's neither here nor there. What you drinking tonight? You see what I'm saying? But again, that attitude comes from recognizing that I am powerful, that I'm valuable. And if it requires it, write it down. It could be the simplest thing. It don't have to be nothing crazy. You could write down, I have all my 5 senses. I'm healthy. I have use of all 4 limbs. I worked out today, or whatever. Something you do in the morning. So you can say, I worked out yesterday and I had a pretty good workout. I called my mom today. I spoke to my dad. I have my mom and my dad in my life. I spoke to my sister. My sister's healthy. Write down everything that you can. I say usually if you could get to 10 things, or try to get to like 15, maybe 20 things, because you don't want it to take up your whole day. But you do something like that every day for at least 14 days. And if not, to 30 days, you see it'll transform your mind. But it's just a mechanism that allows you to recognize the positive aspects of who you are. When you truly come in contact with that, and you get in touch with that's a part of getting in touch with your identity. And then when you speak to a woman, when you talk to people in general, and you have that positive energy and those positive things in your mind, like, yo, I'm a healthy person. I have this, I got that. You know what I'm saying? I got the ability, I pay my internet bill on time. I'll be on the internet all the time. You know what I'm saying? I got a computer, I got a phone, I got this. Simple shit that we take for granted all the time. But if you write it down and really get in tune with those positive aspects of your life, no matter how simple, it's like your brain will start to realize, damn, you have a good life. You are a positive person. You are powerful. You are profound. You do have a purpose. You are unique. There's only one you. Oh shit, you're special. And if this bitch says no, then she's the one that's out of here. She's the one that lost the opportunity, not me. My life is awesome, and I got the list of things to prove it. You see what I'm saying? Same shit that he's talking about here. But again, that's an exercise that you guys can do to really get in touch with your shit, get in touch with your identity, get in touch with who you are. Stop down talking yourself. Stop making these women seem like they're more important than you. None of them are more important than you. None of them, because if it's working the correct way, once a woman comes into your life, she's supposed to support you and help you get better, if anything. But that doesn't make her more important than you. That gives her the ability to add to your life. But again, even with that being said, you're the one who has to navigate, or who has to inspire that in a woman. But the way that you inspire that in any woman is understanding the power and positive nature and being grateful for all the great things in your life. So when you talk to her, that comes out in your speech. It comes out in your attitude. It comes out in your energy. Let's go.
It was my own brag sheet, my own letter about the things I was proud of. Because there are moments, and we'll all experience them in our career, in our life, and in our job hunting, and our relationships, when we are not feeling good about who and what and where we are.
Exactly. It happens to all of us. It happens to all of us. But sometimes you need to sit down and write that list. You need to sit down. You need to take some time and be thankful for something. And stop wasting time being focused on the negative things and the obstacles. You understand?
And I had to bring out that letter and read it time and time again for a period of about.
You see that? He had to read the letter again and again and again, because I'm not sitting here telling you that it's totally easy to just have your confidence on 10,000 and you could just go. Although for some people that is a reality. But sometimes if you do get down, if you do feel a certain way, take out the letter or write a new list. You know what I'm saying?
2 weeks. And I had to bring out that letter and read it time and time again for a period of about 2 weeks to weather me through that storm. It was important. Stop the self-talk, the negative self-talk. If you'll watch, you'll see some athletes, they'll have a little bandage or a little brand around them. Lance Armstrong's a perfect one. What's his self-affirmation? Live Strong isn't a brand. It was to remind him of who he was. Live strong. Then it came a brand. He would move that from one arm to the next arm when doubt and fear came into his mind. Live strong. Put it on there. Let's go. We'll all have it. Replace it. 2 ways to build self-confidence. Worried about my time, I'm going to tell you of one way that you can build self-confidence in others. We are coaches and educators. We are teachers. We are people who will create value in the world. And in doing that, we are critical by the nature of what we do. I am a coach. I want you to score a goal. Ball went over high. Dang it, the ball went high. Thank you, coach. I know that. Feedback tells me that. So what do? I need you to put your elbow or here. I need you to put your knee over the ball. I need to follow through. Boom, land, great. Notice I never made it as a professional. What can we do? We fix mistakes. When I'm fixing that mistake, Johnny, this is terrible. You need to bend your knee. You need to do this. What have I done to Johnny's self-confidence? Bend your knee. Think of this. Next thing you know, Johnny's crushed. Ignore what Johnny does wrong and find Bob or Sally or Frida over here. Great goal, Frida. I loved how you kept your knee low, you followed through, and you landed like this. Great job. Johnny, great. Johnny's not demoralized. His confidence isn't shot. And what I've done is I've built up Frida's. Imagine.
See, now he's getting into, because he's a coach. So now he's getting into how to build confidence in a group. So I'm gonna end it right here, but you can go and I probably should put the link in the description. But you see the title here. That's why I did it like that. So y'all can see the title. So y'all can go to the TEDx Talks channel and go and just look up the skill of confidence. But here is the thing. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Yeah. But y'all go look it up. So he starts getting into group confidence building and positive reinforcement, which is something that we need to do for ourselves as well, right? We need to understand that there are times where sometimes we need to, again, like I said about writing the list of things, that's also a list of things that we're doing right in our lives. And that I feel like, like I said, if you pay attention to that, you do that as an exercise on a consistent basis, you'll remind yourself why you should have confidence. You get what I'm saying? And like he began to explain, a lot of times we focus way too much on all the negatives. Like, for example, and here's why you're not supposed to do too much, cruising for chicks with a lot of your homies. You know what I'm saying? Usually just 2 or go by yourself. And here's why. When you most times, unless you have positive ass friends that already listen to me or already listen to guys like me or already know what positive reinforcement is about, unless you have those type of friends that you're lucky enough to have those type of friends, then you're good. But here's what happens most of the time. You go out, you in a group of your homeboys, you're at the table having drinks, you be like, you see that girl, oh shit, she bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go holler. You go holler, and maybe it doesn't go right. It doesn't go bad, but maybe she has a boyfriend, or maybe she's just not interested in. It's a cool exchange, but you come back and they're like, yo, what happened? She's like, she said she had a boyfriend and shit, or she said she wasn't interested or whatever. What's the first thing your boys do? Your boys are like, oh shit, nigga, wait, hold on. What'd you say? Well, I came up to her and I said, hey, how you doing? And it's like, oh man, why the fuck you said that? Why you said you should have said something else, bro? You should have said this. You should have said that. If you had said this, you probably be in there, bro. And it's like, what happens a lot of the times is that even when we're not focused on the negative, the people that we're around is focused on the negative. Because how did they know that if you had said something else that everything would have been good or you would have got up in there? They don't know that shit neither. They're just basing it on the fact that it didn't work out. So they're using all the negative aspects of the situation to make a point. But it's a point that's trying to be made for nothing. The point is only being made to add more negativity to your perspective. And you don't need that. You don't need that. What you need is a homeboy to be like, yo, nigga, you got some balls, man. I like the way you just rolled up and said whatever. You feel me? That's the type of That's the type of people you need in your life. Like I said, if you're going to go out with dudes, but if you're out by yourself, same thing. Don't sit there and be like, oh man, if I had said this or if I had done that, she would have gave me the number, or she would have took my number, or I'd be fucking her in the bathroom right now. You understand? Don't do that either. Say to yourself, man, that chick was bad, and I'm glad I had the confidence to go up and say what I wanted to her. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out, but that's a good start to a good night. Now I'm shaking off the nervous jitters, and I'm about to go talk to some more chicks. That's what it is about. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's not about you telling yourself every reason why it didn't happen. Tell yourself, talk about every reason why it did happen. And what happened was you saw an attractive female that you wanted to talk to, and you did just that. And that's all you need. Why? Because we're not focused on just one. We're focused on our goal, which is to talk to, which is to find the chicks that are fucking with us. And how do you do that? You have to talk to a lot of them. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. All right. So listen, man. Thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out with me. True Savage, Al P, Tony LeGuin, Cole Steele, Joe Blast, Unique 79, Lewis the Alpha, hilarious, Super Saiyan, Wade Wilson, Mad Dog 10, Drusen, Raul De La Rosa, I said this shit earlier, Fierce Soul 85, B Money, Rohan J, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something. Please share this video if you got somebody else that kind of, that's on that type of bullshit where they're always being on some negative shit and they have trouble, understanding what confidence is. And like I said, I just wanted to let y'all see that this confidence thing is not bullshit, guys. It's a belief. And all you have to do is decide on what you want to believe. Decide on what you want to believe. Once you make that choice, the only thing like I said, even death can't necessarily stop you. You understand? If you have the ability to inspire others, even death can't necessarily stop you, depending on the specific, situation. All right? Because here's the thing. Death happens twice, right? Death happens when your physical body dies, and when somebody on planet Earth says your name for the last time. But if your work is profound enough to survive through the ages, where people are always referencing you, talking about you, that's what allows you to truly live on. That's why the work that we have to do while we're here is so important. And that's why I can't spend too much time thinking of all the negative things about myself. I have to spend time thinking of all the positive things so I could get on YouTube in front of 233 people and do this. And who knows however many people are going to see this later on. You understand? You think I could do that shit by thinking negative of myself? No. Because I want my name to live on. See, case in point, look at Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal been dead for a few years now. Rest in peace. But we still rep his perspective and his rhetoric, the way he saw the world was so profound for a lot of us men. And we still have to give him credit to this day. Everybody, all of your fucking, popular YouTubers always talk about Patrice O'Neal. Abba and Preach. Yes, I'm dropping names, but specifically for this reason. Abba and Preach, 1 million subscribers. Kevin Samuels, 1 million subscribers. Right? And other cats too. They have to say Patrice O'Neal's name because his shit was that profound. And what do we know about Patrice O'Neal? I mean, not to disrespect. I'm just trying to prove a point. Rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal. I got love for the brother. But what we know about him? Fat nigga. Not too good looking in the face. You know what I'm saying? He had a gap in his teeth and shit. But I only say that to make the point that what if he said to himself, man, I'm just a fat nigga with a gap in my teeth and I'm ugly. I'm going to stay my ass home and I ain't going to say shit to nobody. Where would we be? You see what I'm saying, guys? Where would we be? But that's not what it was for Patrice. Patrice took the time. He took the time to look at himself and say, fuck that. I got something to say. And what I have to say is more important than anything negative I could think about myself. So I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm gonna spit my philosophy. I'm gonna do all the shit. And we still got to talk about that man today. So he still lives on. He lives on in all of us, in the mind of all of us. You understand? So when your work is that profound and you impact the world in such a way, not even death can stop you. All right. So, okay. That's confidence, man. Really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. We're going to be on the Real Game No Theory show at 6:00 Eastern time. You know what I'm saying? With your boy, Steve the Dean, Lucario, K-Zag, Mr. 1950, and myself. All right. So make sure y'all get on that. And I really appreciate you guys. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace.